Coach. Thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Baltimore Ravens. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Haskins looking to throw on first down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Here's Haskins. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
First down, Redskins.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Haskins hit, and he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
First down, Washington.
On the double. Guys, Mike, 49. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
From midfield now, Haskins. This one complete to Kelvin Harmon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there on a first down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get on the field, defense.
Now the first carry for Bryce Love. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
At the Ravens' 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 14. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll run with Geis. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
On 2nd and 11 now. Haskins got an open man. It's Harmon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20.
Check, go. Check 31. Spawn. Spawn. No.
Jackson from the shotgun. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, Jackson. They complete it to Hill. 16 yards on that one and a Raven 1st. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Plus a 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, it's Jackson. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 39.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
On the set, by 56. We own it. We own it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Slam, slam.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
56, check 56. Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Show it up. Show it. Put it to Jet Bama. Put it to Jet Bama. Delta.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Anyway. Go. Mike 51. Mike 51. Ready. Ready. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. And now look at him go. The 30, past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that in a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows to 10-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10.
Mike 51. Mike 51. Hey, man.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Dancing to his left. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
From the gun, Jackson. Being chased, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
On the ready. The Mike. 51's the Mike. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. And chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
On third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And to the 46 he goes and no further, so he is well short of the first down marker. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. 3rd down. Here's Haskins. Catch is made. It's Harmon. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Get it. Short throw, pick six right there, those linebackers. They love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Running to start the drive is Love. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
On second down, it's Love, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. For Marshall, that's complete. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 50-yard.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Game clock at 2:01. Time for one final play before the 2-minute warning. On third down, Haskins flush to his right. 1:55 left to go in the first half of play. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. He'll field this at the 5. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn.
And he coughed it up, and the Redskins scoop it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
That is caught right at the 10-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal. Here's Haskins out of the gun. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Another shot from the 9 on second and goal. On second down, Love. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Kelvin Harmon, his second touchdown on the season. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Tough noogies, man.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Wide. West.
Jackson fakes the give and keeps it. Throw left side complete. It's short. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
Playing all his hitters on the
And
slot.
counting the defense here, the Redskins have 6 defensive backs out there. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down.
All right.
So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made.
Oh, wow, bro.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They stick on the ground on first down with Hill. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, it's Hill.
Give me a break, son.
Much space.
His linebackers are going unblocked in cover 2. Like, what the fuck?
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
At their own 20-yard line.
All right. Nope. Play Wendy.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. They stay on the ground. Geis again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jalen Ferguson in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Throwing on 2nd down, Jackson. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. Now it's Jackson.
Oh, my God,
and he fires
bro.
one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34.
He's gone. Just like that.
Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will score. Touchdown, Washington.
Every now and then, those guys can get lost in coverage. Quarterback didn't see him, perhaps. But, boy, what a pick. And how about the run back?
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
He's faster than my receiver on that play. That's funny.
This fielded at the 2. And there is a flag as he's brought it down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against?
The whole offensive side now? Okay.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Problem with this game.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, they have had success when he keeps the ball running it, but not in that situation. I mean, I think we got an example of why NFL coaches really don't like their quarterback in the running game.
Because whether he keeps it or not, he's likely going to take a hit, isn't he?
No doubt about it. And defenses, they're looking to put that hit on a quarterback.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore 1st down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just
how do you go and block,
from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Insane.
And the tackle there will go to Ryan Anderson.
At the Redskins' 35-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Check, check. Fresno, Fresno, Fresno.
From the gun, a run for Hill. Even with the good footwork, he'll be stopped just inside the 35. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Let's get out the field, D. Let's get out the field.
To throw is Jackson on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Here's Haskins to throw. He's got his running back, Darius Geis.
Put you in a hard flat, though. He's not there, son.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Redskins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. On the carry, it's Love. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
First down, Washington.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now, Haskins on 1st down.
You're the hard flat, bro. Like,
just
come
a yard
on,
the catch
son.
there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Give him every break, please.
When you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Now Haskins to throw on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 4 yards.
This ball doesn't come out, man.
Third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Back to the ground game now with Geis. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's
because my third day
intercepted.
right there means nothing.
William Jackson with a pick. And the return stops just a few yards shy
I pick
of
on me,
midfield.
doesn't mean anything.
The ball at the 47-yard line.
Literally right there, but okay.
I'm not sure, Brandon. We've seen a sloppier
His
played
62
game this
catch rating
year for a
matters more
team on
than his 80
offense.
plus. Right.
Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the Ravens 49.
2nd down, Haskins.
Sack fumble, please. Like,
Loss here as he's taken down. Von Miller in there to get him. And
Oh,
the
my
season
God,
now is
no.
9 sacks for him.
It
You
makes
never
sense,
want to
man.
give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Wow, look at them get bumped like that.
He's got the connection to Cooper. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
I think I mugged down there.
Every drive so critical. You figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper.
Please tell me he got the first
football, and the Redskins scoop it. Oh, he sheds himself free, and he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown.
Video game,
the offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson forced out to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's
intercepted. I him to pick off.
Monte Nicholson picks it, and he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
By a lurking DB.
Okay. Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep.
Yo, if he scores
they'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. 23 yards the pickup there. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Love. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me. 25.
Geis with the carry on second down. He will push his way down to about the 14. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them in just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Washington, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll take this loss into the bye as they'll be back in action in Week 10. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
I don't even think that this was the actual stream I shared. Oh, I actually shared it on what's name?